Are we going? Are we going now? I literally just walked into my home about 9 minutes ago from Chicago, Illinois, dude. Illinois. Okay, and we're going to get wacky on this recap. All right, I'm going to tell you all about the trip. I got some grapes. Now, the live stream's a little late. My flight was delayed 30 minutes. Okay? My shuttle to my parked car, because I parked at the airport, the shuttle was delayed because a family of 5 got on, and each of them had 2 giant bags. So I helped the poor shuttle driver rearrange the bags and fit all of them into the shuttle. And of course, I got up and let Grandma take my seat, right? Because I'm a sweetheart, right? That's what you do. That's what I did. And that's what I did, dude. That's what I did. He's got a Gatorade, folks. He's got a Gatorade. Not sponsored, but it can be. If Gatorade wants to sponsor a sweetheart, you know? If Gatorade wants to sponsor a sweetheart, he's right here, dude. Okay? And that's that, dude. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, dude. I'm starving, first of all, so as soon as this thing's over, dude, I'm hightailing it to the nearest fast food joint. All I had today to eat, I think, if I remember correctly, I did have, and I don't want to hear any lip about this from anyone. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing when I tell you this. I had Portillo's cheese fries today. Oh, that's all he ate. That's all he ate. That's all he ate, dude. And he flew across the country with a belly full of Portillo's cheese fries, and that's it. Portillo's cheese fries, a Red Bull. Oh, and I had a little yogurt drink at the airport. Not sponsored, but it can be. I forgot the name, which brand it was, but I love those things. So if any of them want to sponsor, dude, get in on the ground floor of this up-and-coming YouTube channel. Here we are. Business email in the description. That quenches a cross-country thirst like no other, dude. Gatorade, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. What's up, folks? I literally walked in the house about 12 minutes ago. Okay? I walked in the house. I threw... What is this? Some reason I just have a Barry Bonds tag on my foot. Just a Barry Bonds McFarland.com tag on the sole of my foot. That's how real it gets on this live stream, dude. Now, if you've ever seen iShowSpeed or Kai Cenat or Dean or whoever, if you've ever seen them pop up with a Barry Bonds McFarland Toys tag on the bottom of their foot, then I'll fall back, dude. But until then, you're not getting this anywhere else, dude. It's just unbelievable, dude. The stuff, the hijinks we get into on this live stream. Just hundreds and hundreds of millions of people around the world tuning in. 8 of them currently, but there will be millions later. Don't you worry. Don't you fret. There will be millions upon millions in a little bit. Having spent a lot of time in Iowa, Illinois, so kind of like a homecoming. Well, you weren't there, dude. You know what I mean? So how were you homecoming? Anyways, let me have another sip of this Gatorade. I'm parched. I literally just walked in. Get off my back, dude. At least you lived it vicariously. You lived it vicariously through my opinion. I'm gonna have to rewrite that one. So anyways, dude. Yes, my shuttle to my parked car was delayed, dude. Yes, I parked at the airport. It was $120 for the week. I just paid right now $120 to get my car out of there, right? Now, an Uber both ways would have been 50, 60 bucks. So it's pretty much close to the same thing, and I don't have to wait for an Uber and sit in some strange fella's car. I can just take my car, dude, and listen to my music and drive as recklessly or as safely or comfortably as I want to. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. All right? Now, my flight was nice and smooth. I did kind of fall asleep a little bit at the beginning. But, dude, right before my flight, I was at Portillo's having cheese fries just a few hours ago, folks. Okay? I have a couple goodies to show you guys, but unfortunately, most of the goodies are in a box in the the authority of UPS being shipped here, because that's how your boy does it. He knows how to travel, doesn't he? He knows how to travel, doesn't he? I'm talking to the back of the mic, because everyone's got to hear this. What you do is you load up on souvenirs, and then you put them in a box, and you ship them home, so that when you're at the airport, you're not stressing because you just added another 32 pounds. Right? That's what you do, dude. And so I shipped a whole box of souvenirs home because your boy went stupid on the souvenirs, dude. He went sous crazy. He went sous crazy, and there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? But I almost forgot a bag. I had a little baggie of goodies in the rental car after I'd already dropped off the box at UPS. And I just found it, so I got a couple goodies to show you guys. Oh, Steve, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you. The next Field of Dreams video will be out someday. I have a lot of editing to do. I'll tell you that much. I haven't even touched that footage yet. So, by the time I put it out, nobody's going to want to watch it. I was alright about the ketchup on a hot dog thing. I mean, yeah, I guess some people have a thing about it, but guess what, dude? I do what I want. So I had a few dogs. I had a few dogs in the Midwest. And guess what? Most of them had some ketchup on it. Oh, he's a rebel, folks. He's a rebel. He does what he wants. Talk to my lawyers. Not all of them had ketchup, though. I did just do mustard on a couple. But your boy loaded up on dogs. Your boy loaded up on dogs. And Portillo's cheese fries, the best. Listen, I said this in the Discord, and I did say I wasn't going to repeat it, but I'm going to repeat it one time right here, right now. Portillo's has the best fast food cheese fries out there. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Talk to my lawyers. Now, you might be able to find some higher quality cheese fries at a fancier establishment. But when it comes to just like fast food joint, Portillo's cheese fries, dude, sets the bar. Sets the bar. Now, I'm going to need you all to take notes on that. That will be on the exam. We need them on the West Coast. We sure do. Is a sticker pin something you'll show us today? Oh! Oh! Just talking ketchup thing seriously. I guess, nobody said nothing to me, but I'm also a big, strong man. I had Fatty's teriyaki as well, which I had somewhere else before, and I can't remember where I had it. That was good. And I had some dogs. But guess what, dude? I had... Shout out Will. Shout out Will. Shout out Playmaker Sports. You guys remember last week the survey I did? I got tickets to Wrigley Field. Okay? Ticket for me to Wrigley Field and the Catalina Club. All you can eat food. Felt fancy, dude. Rubbed shoulders with Chicago's finest. You know what I mean? The bourgeois of Chicago. All right, so let's just start recapping, dude. All right, let's start. Nobody wants to hear about my flight today. All right, or the fact that I just walked in 10 minutes ago. Nobody cares about that. You guys want to know the real deal, dude. First of all, I'm going to trash some trashy fans a little bit later. Okay? I'm going to trash some fans later. Okay? But we're going to be mostly positive, but occasionally I'm going to get real negative. I'm going through my photos right now just so I can kind of understand what just transpired in this past week, because it was a whirlwind, folks. Now, SFO has a lot of cool museum displays, and I should have got there earlier because they have one on the San Francisco Fire Department and their history, and it was awesome, and I took pictures and videos real quick, but I had to breeze through. I wasn't late for my flight, but I wasn't, super early either. All right, first of all, I landed in Chicago last Monday. Did I leave? Yeah, Monday, right? Gatorade, everybody. Quench my thirst. Tell you what. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I landed and I had to drive to Iowa that night to check into my hotel. 4.5 hour drive. Okay. Now, I wanted to see some sights in Chicago, though. It was my first time really feet to the ground in Chicago. Okay. I had been there on a couple layovers before, and that was it. That was it, dude. I had peeped the skyline, but I didn't get to delve into the skyline. You know what I mean? I didn't get to delve into that skyline. But this time I did. Now, do you guys know my first stop? Because I flew into O'Hare. So you know my first stop, dude? That's right. The United Center. And here's the thing, dude. Let me look this up, actually. I was looking for the gosh darn Michael Jordan statue, dude. The famous one where he's doing the freaking Jordan thing. And apparently, you can't access it. It's like they put it in the atrium now or something. And so I couldn't see it. I drove around, they were doing construction, and I couldn't find it. And where it was showing on the map was like inside a building. So I didn't get to see it. I did see a couple of the Black Hawk statues, which was cool. But like, I wanted to see the Jordan statue, dude. I was wearing Jordan 3s. I was doing a whole thing. Dude. And the United Center did not care. The United Center did not respect the fact that I was doing a thing. I don't like that, dude. And I might have my lawyers peek around. David, what up? Yes, Portillo's needs to be everywhere. Turtle Dude's in the house. Nuts on Clark. So I kept seeing that in the airport, but I didn't partake. So I didn't go to the Obama Center since 2016. So yeah, I drove by the Obama Center. The building was actually, it was situated differently than I expected, and then the building was actually a little smaller. It looks bigger in pictures. That's what she said. And it was packed, dude. It was packed. I didn't stop though. I just drove by because I had to get to Iowa. So I wanted to see the Michael Jordan statue, but United Center didn't care that I was doing a thing. Okay. So then I went to Wrigley Field. It just sounds incomplete when you say Wrigley Field. So I went there, and everyone trashes that ballpark. I think it looks really cool. I think it looks cool, dude. I think it looks cool. Talk to my lawyers. Now, I didn't get to go inside. White Sox were not in town. But I stopped and I went to the Comiskey home plate. I actually did a reel and a short. Did I forget to post that? I probably did. I'm going to post that, though. Okay, I walked around. Saw the sights. Old Comiskey, dude. And that's that. And then I went to this little hot dog stand. What was it called? Jim's Original. Little hot dog stand, okay? And they have no inside. It's just a window, walk-up window, and then on the side of the building there's like a bar, right? And people are just out there eating on their lunch break or what have you. I don't know. So I was going to just grab the hot dog and like go, and I don't know. I didn't even know. But I was like, wait, I have a 4.5 hour drive. I have nowhere to eat this dog. I'm going to eat it right here on the bar on the side of the street in Chicago and just like be Chicago for a moment, right? So I'm eating, had cheese fries. It seems to be a running theme around here, right? This is before I had Portillo's. Good cheese fries. Pretty good cheese fries. I was enjoying them, right? And I got a dog. Of course I got a dog, right? So I'm eating the dog. I'm eating the cheese fries. There's little birdies. There's pigeons and these little birds kind of just hanging about, right? Hanging out, waiting for leftovers, right? Because there's a whole bunch of people, with a whole bunch of food wandering around. So I take a fry or two, and every once in a while, dude, I'm just being generous to the birds, right? I'm just being generous with some fries. I'm almost done, luckily. I still had a lot of food left, but I was starting to feel like, all right, I don't know if I'm going to finish this. A couple more bites. And what happens? All of a sudden, something plops into my cheese, literally into my cheese cup. You know what it was, dude? Bird poop. That's right. You all got it right. Good job. 100%. So I look up. There's a little pole like this big that's sticking out from the building, and there's 3 pigeons on it. So I don't know which one was the culprit. I don't know which of the 3 was guilty. But the bird pooped right into my cheese, dude. Direct hit. More accurate than Pete Hegseth's Iran stuff, right? Way more accurate. They don't know what they're doing over there, right? This pigeon knew what he was doing. In the windy city too. You gotta account for the wind. And the Coriolis effect and all that, dude? Amazing shot. Unbelievable. I looked around like, did anyone see that? Because that was insane. Nobody saw it, dude. Everyone's minding their own business. So my meal was done at that point, right? That was it for me. Now I do have some videos I might post in the Discord. Here, actually, I'm gonna show you guys exactly. I'm gonna show you guys the culprits. I have a picture of them. Okay. I have a picture of them. Your boy comes with receipts, dude. You think I'm making this stuff up? Huh? Think I'm making this stuff up? Come on. All right, it's not loading. That's cool. That's awesome. Anyway, all right, United Center, dude. I saw the United Center. I forgot I was going to talk about this. Opened in 1994, right? The house that MJ built. That was cool, but they were doing more construction around it, and that's all I was going to say. And so I didn't need to sidetrack, because who cares, right? All right, here we go. That's the bird poop in my cheese. Sorry if you're eating. And guess what, dude? I was so about it that I thought about opening that other cheese and finishing off some of those fries. And I was like, you know what? There might have been shrapnel. I'm done. You know what I mean? Might have been shrapnel. And then these were the guilty party. Oh, it was a light. I thought it was just a pull, but it's like a light. So, based on the trajectory, I'm going to say it was this middle fella right here. And look, he's looking away, dude. He's looking away, and this one's like looking at him like, what did you do? Right? So yeah, it was the middle guy, dude. Had to be the middle guy. Because if it was this guy in the end, he would have got me. Right? He would have got me. So it's got to be that middle guy. So, anyways, that was my welcome to Chicago moment. You know? Welcome to Chicago, they said. Welcome back. Came back from Angels Camp. Yeah, Angels Camp is awesome. Coyote Creek Cave. I don't think I've been to that one. Most people think it's trash. Inside it's just bland, typical 90s, 80s design. Exterior is really beautiful. Okay, yeah, the exterior I really liked. Yeah, I like. Do you see the super fans like from SNL? I don't know. Did you visit the Wiener Circle? I did not. And just tasting tour Chinatown. That's cool. You have full and guessing. I think I just figured it out. Still standing, feeling good or tired from the trip. I always have energy. Not always, actually. Nope, that's wrong. I never have energy. I'm just psychotic. You know? I slept pretty good last night, I think, just not enough because I was packing last night. And last night I walked to the Bean, like almost a mile, and then it was closed, but I snuck in anyways, and I had to avoid 2 security guards. I told the story in Discord. And talked to my lawyers, yes. How are you still standing? Yeah, I just read that already twice. See, I am actually tired. If you really delve deep, I'm tired. But yeah, even the birds want to take you down. I love it. I actually played that bird to take you down. Didn't pay him full price because he missed your head. All right, cool. Everyone's praying on my downfall. Seahawks fans and recognize you. That's probably what it was. Alcoholic, what up? Think bird number 2 is guilty. Gives me bad vibes. That's what I'm saying, man. I saw really bad. I actually played cheerleader in the Heroes TV show. What? Hayden Panettiere passed away? Panettiere? I don't know. I forgot how you say it. I used to have a huge crush on her. What? Wasn't she with the mountain from Game of Thrones or something? She'd been complaining about back pain in the past year. She was an actress that I always was like confused that she didn't have more roles like later on. But I think she had a kid and stuff. Isn't she a mom? Like that's. Oh, she was in Scream. I never watched any of the Scream. Yeah, she is a mom. That's so sad. Struggles and recovery. I didn't know about all that. Damn, her brother died just a few years ago. Oh no, Vladimir Klitschko. It wasn't the mountain, or maybe she was with the mountain before. She likes big dudes, huh? Oh, he's not even on here. That's really sad. Yeah, that's a real bummer. That's a real bummer. Oh, R.I.P. Uh, well, yeah, the vibes shifted. You know, I'm gonna try to get back to wacky recap. Middle guy's the one I paid. Good. I'm glad you're leaving these comments. The other birds at least have an alibi. Yeah, for sure. William, they were awesome. They were awesome, dude. I'm gonna get to it in a little bit. I'm gonna go through the whole trip, but yeah, it was great, dude. Thank you so much. Um, oh yeah, she was in Remember the Titans. Just a reminder, you have to live life. Never know which day will be the short one. Hey, dude, don't get serious now, dude. After you just talked about paying a bird to poo on my head, you know. But yeah, R.I.P. Man. That's sad. I feel bad for her daughter. It's like I didn't know about like mental health and all that and stuff she was going through. I had no idea. I know like paparazzi and stuff were, or like tabloids were not like always nice to her. Because she was just very, very popular in the tabloids. So like, yeah, it was always something. Um, all right, let's get back on track here. So I drove out to Iowa. Okay, I said, you know what? Birds are gonna poop in my cheese. I'm out. I'm out, dude. So I drove 4.5 hours. I stopped at a gas station. I got a little blueberry muffin. I took a bite of it, started chewing, and it tasted like it. It tasted almost exactly like dry pet food. So I spit it out, and that was my welcome to Iowa moment. Um. Oh no, I think I was still in Illinois when I got that. There was just a couple cool places and towns, and it was just like, what a bummer. I'm always like in a hurry with stuff like this. You know, I'm always in a hurry, and I just wish I could be like Adam the Woo or Jacob the Carpetbagger and like just be on the road, dude. Just be on the road. I took a little detour and I went to Rockford, and I went to Bayer Field, which is or Bayer Stadium rather, which is where the Rockford Peaches played, of the All-American, what is it? The All-American Girls Pro Baseball League or whatever. Hold on, I have a thing here. It says, doesn't say. But anyways, the Rockford Peaches is what Little Big League, a league of their own. Dude, you can tell I'm tired now, right? The computer's malfunctioning, folks. A league of their own is based on the Rockford Peaches, and I absolutely adore that movie. So it was cool to see the actual like stadium site. It's a lot different now, but there's old ticket booths and stuff, which is really cool. And what was a bummer is, the WPBL has started up and they're playing all their games in Springfield, Illinois, which is a few hours away. And I wished I could have gone, and I had a free Wednesday, and that's the game that Kelsey Whitmore hit. When she hit a grand slam or she hit 3 home runs or something, she just went off. Whatever it was, she went off. But I wasn't able to go. So anyways, drove through all these cool little towns. I really expected more desolation out there, but there wasn't that much through Illinois. Like there was a lot of humanity. And I think you really got to go to like Western Iowa and Nebraska to like really see the desolation, So I get to my hotel. Got there kind of late. I stayed in Peosta, Iowa, which is like 20 minutes away from Dyersville, where the Field of Dreams is. And that was the closest place I could get when I booked like 6 months ago. That's how much everything was selling out for the Field of Dreams. So I was staying in Peosta, and right off the highway, and I pull in, and I get an alert on my phone. Oh, no, I didn't get the alert then. I got a weather warning or whatever. And weather was okay, but super humid. Where did I go? I don't know. I went to my room, unpack, chill, go to sleep, because your boy was tired. I get woken up at 7 a.m. with 2 of my phones going off. I have 4 phones. I have 2 of my phones going off. Only 2 of them have service. The other 2 don't. I just use them for stuff, right? 2 alerts, dude. He's screaming at me at 7 a.m. Tornado warning. Start thinking about finding shelter, bucko. That's what I get woken up with. So I'm like, that's cool. I drove into a tornado warning. That's awesome. So I get up and I look out the window, and I'm like, holy crud. It's really storming out there. Um, and let's see. I'll try to find you guys the video because I do have video. Um, dang it. Sorry, I should have. I didn't have time to set this up. You know, I didn't have time to set this up because I just got off the plane. Dang it. Well, it's in the Discord and it's on TikTok. Yeah, it's on TikTok. I was looking out the window and the tree outside my hotel room fell over. That's how windy it was. So I was like, "Oh, cool," because the minor league baseball game is later that day at Field of Dreams. So I'm like, great. But after the tornado warning, it started to fizzle out. After the tree fell down, dude, it started to chill. Everything started to chill. And went okay. So I drive over to I drive over to the Field of Dreams for the minor league game. And I'm like 5 minutes early. So the sheriff is like, "You got to kill some time. I can't let you in yet." I'm like, okay. So I drive around for 5 minutes. Then we start getting let in to parking. We're parking basically, and they said it was an alfalfa field. It was basically mud and grass and weeds. And then I go get in line. I mean, I'm in the first 50 people in line probably. And it's real hot. It's real hot. And there's no cover. And I thought, and most people around us that I was talking to thought, that they were going to let us like wander the movie site area and like the store and stuff. But no, gates open at 3, which included the movie site and everything. So we thought like gates would be for the stadium, but the movie site would be open because it's usually always open. That wasn't the case. So we were in line. I got there at 2. Gates weren't supposed to open until 3:30, and then they were filming something which was delayed, so they delayed us another 15 minutes. So it was like 3:45 by the time they let us in. I go straight for the merch trailers, okay? Go straight for the merch trailers, buy all my merch so that I don't have to think about it on Thursday, right? And I'm glad I did that because I got some of the minor league game stuff, which was actually, I think, kind of cooler. Like the hat was cooler if you guys saw it. And that was gone on Thursday, so I'm glad. And then like so much stuff was sold out Thursday, so I'm glad I just packed it all in there. And then they had the photo ops, which you guys probably saw with like the old White Sox ghost players, which was super cool. And but there's 2 of them I didn't like. I think I said this in the video, but like they're on the wrong side of the field, dude. Like you're not allowed to walk over there, or else you turn into the old man again, or whatever. You know, you're not allowed to cross that line, dude. It was real hot, and we got to walk through the corn, which is super cool. Both teams had, their cool uniforms on. I love the St. Paul Saints uniforms. It was just a really cool vibe. It was a lot of fun. And like I kind of chilled after a little bit, didn't want to leave. And luckily everyone there was just, it was just like Wrigley Field. Everyone there was just like good vibes, which was nice, because I always talk about how like I hate when ushers and security like are way too serious and like just rude. You know what I mean? It's just like you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. You could just be chill. You could just be chill. Actually, I did buy. I think it was in the video. I bought a fan because I was so miserably hot and then it lasted 20 minutes and wasn't really even doing anything anyways, so that was cool. I got a dog. I got a cool souvenir cup, so I'll rate the cups I got when I get them, but they were shipped home. I saw a girl working there that was working at the Wrigley Field game, and she was the girl. If you guys remember this story, I've told this story, but when I was looking for Renelle, she was the girl who helped me find Renelle. And I saw her, I was like, "Were you at Wrigley Field?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You helped me out back then." And I still think about that, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, the St. Paul Saints have some fun, like, fan characters, basically. There's like a coach and a chef, which was really fun. I had pretty good seats. I was right on like first base side. And the whole stadium is small, so like you're not too far from anything. Oh, one thing I totally forgot. They're right here. I just looked. So I got to Chicago the first day, right? And my plan was, before I drove to Iowa, when I was going to sightsee, was to get drone shots. So I was going to like drone Wrigley Field for the video and stuff. And the weather, was like iffy. So I was like, I don't know. I got to Chicago and realized my drone batteries were still sitting here charging. I forgot these. So I couldn't drone. So I ordered a 24-hour Amazon rush delivery of a drone battery to my Iowa hotel. So I was able to get some drone shots of the Field of Dreams. Not as much as I wanted, though, because the weather was back and forth the whole time. So yeah, I didn't have any drone batteries. I brought my drone, the remote, no batteries. Luckily, Amazon has heard of Iowa, and they were able to hook your boy up. They hooked me up. So yeah, in Chicago, I wasn't able to drone. Go to yeah. So the minor league game was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Vibes were plentiful, right? And then I drove way too far to get a pizza. I drove all the way to Dubuque, dude. Dubuque, Iowa is freaking cool. A bunch of cool bridges, old buildings. There's a little despair. There's a little squalor there, I'll say that. Right? There's some wacky folks walking around in Dubuque, Iowa. But it was cool. Next day, I have a free day. And I found out they were doing like a high school game at the Field of Dreams. So at Wrigley Field, Tuesday was minor league game. Wednesday was like a celebrity softball game. Then Thursday was the major league game. This time for Wednesday, they had like a high school prospects game. It was like All-American prospects, something like that. It was like the best high school. I don't know if it was in the region, the country. I don't know. So I drove to Wisconsin, and that was only like hour drive or something like that. To what's it called? Platteville? I don't remember. But anyways, I toured a lead and zinc mine. So it's the Mining Museum and Rollo Jameson Museum. Yeah, the Mining Museum and Rollo Jameson exhibit. And you get to go into a lead and zinc mine. And look, the stairs were a little slippery. I may have slipped and fell on my tush, and my tush is still sore, and it was hurting me all week. That might have happened, but unless you have proof, my lawyers are on standby. So just remember that. Stairs are slippery, folks. And then they do like they have a mining train on the surface that you can ride around. It was super cool. It was a great museum, and I did a video. And one day it'll come out, probably in 2 years, because I still have videos from Vegas last year I haven't put out yet. Talk to my lawyers. So then I drove back, droned Field of Dreams. And then the next day, got up early. Actually, no, I didn't get up early. I tried to sleep in because it was Field of Dreams game, and they weren't parking lots open at 2 p.m., right? So, but I got up a little earlier and then didn't leave, right? Didn't leave until it was like almost time because I was like, I don't want to have to kill time again and drive around doing nothing. But there was this Field of Dreams like museum or something, right? But someone said it was closed. Someone said it was closed down for good because they're trying to sell the building. And then I remember for the Wrigley Field game, all the like local museums and stuff were all closed like throughout the week because it would be like private events because, you know, all the VIPs are there and all the Hall of Fame players and blah, 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 right? So I'm like, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's closed, whatever. But I had time to kill. Even when I left later, I had like 20 minutes to kill before the gates would open or the parking would open. So I'm like, oh, let me just drive through downtown Dyersville because I didn't drive through there yet. So I drive through there and I see the Field of Dreams Museum. They have signs like directing you there too. And it's open. So I'm like, what the heck? So I grab my little camera, the little Osmo, and I run in real quick and I look around. But it's like, dude, I'm trying to get there when the gates open. So now I barely have time. I'm like, man, if people didn't lie to me straight to my face about that place being closed, I would have been there for hours. But instead, I had to rush through it in 20 minutes. And there's two sides of the museum. There's like two museums. And I bought some merch, dude. And that's what you guys are going to see. Here, actually, let's do it now. So this is like the only stuff I have with me now because I shipped the rest of it home. So this is, I think this is all from the museum. Let me put the autofocus on so I can show you guys up close. You know what I mean? What'd you guys say? All right, Steve, you're probably gone already, but rural Illinois and Iowa are practically the same thing. Yeah, they're very close. Is that where they shot League of Their Own? Yes, it was. Eastern Iowa is more industrial. Iowa weather is bipolar. Yeah, it seemed like it. Hopefully you got to enjoy the best corn in the world. I didn't get any corn. How was Wisconsin? Wisconsin was cool, but I didn't get to do a whole lot besides the museum, but it was cool. And I had some ice cream, and it was great. That would have been pecan and easy clay. I fell down a mine. Hey, man. Do you want to be deposed by my lawyer team? I saw the folks who own the Field of Dreams sold it. I think they did. Let's see them Windcraft pins. It's so funny. You guys are so funny, dude. You guys are so funny. Oh, you guys are so funny. So anyways, this is a magnet. Come on. Little Field of Dreams, Dyersville magnet. Okay, no big deal, but cool. Okay. And then I got another magnet. I went magnet crazy, apparently. If you build it, they will come magnet with the house and the ball field on it. Okay. And then another magnet. This one is the Baseball Hall of Dreams. So this was the name of one of the museums. And it's in the shape of Iowa, right? I'm trying to fill up my fridge. And then a Field of Dreams movie site sticker. I meant to put this on my luggage, but I didn't do it yet. Okay. Because my luggage is getting crazy with the stickers. And they had a couple cards of John Kinsella from the movie, and I guess that's supposed to be from the movie too. But yeah, a couple little cards. Why not? Thought those were fun. And then the If You Build It exhibit sticker. Okay. I went souvenir crazy, dude. I got the ticket for the Field of Dreams experience at the If You Build It exhibit. Okay. I think this might be temporary. I don't know if that one's forever or not. And then here's some two cool pins from the Field of Dreams movie site. So we got the Ghost player. Okay. The White Sox. The Black Sox player. Okay. And then we got the house. The house and the Ghost player. You know? Not Windcraft. Okay? So that's all the souvenirs I have for now. Until the other ones show up in the post. Okay? New owners are the ones that are doing the expansion. The old owners are the ones that sold the property 7 years ago. Your mom is from Iowa. Iowa and corn hits different. I wish I would have had it. Even more impressive. You kept going even after a nasty spill. Dude, my tuchus, maybe, allegedly, possibly, was really hurting all week. Finally hit my first 2 Ballers games. Need to hit Raimondi next year, though. Yes, you do, dude. The whole trip was sponsored by Windcraft. No, but you know what could sponsor it is Gatorade. Thirst Quencher. In classic orange. Lawyers already have the paperwork drafted up. Oh yeah, Josie? Oh yeah? I got the best team west of the Mississippi, dude. Next step that's from Ireland. I have my mom's relation. I probably won't be back there for a while. I'm sorry to hear that. Shoeless Joe? No, this is the dad. That was the dad. Tried to look for you in the crowd during the game. Well, on TV. Oh, actually, I wanted to see. I'm gonna go watch it on Netflix because I haven't watched it yet. But all right, hold on. I'll get to that. All right, so yeah. So I ran through the museum. I bought the souvenirs and I rushed over. Got same deal. Parked. Got in line. It had been really storming that morning, so it was a little muddier than the other game. It was raining longer. And I go in. Just, it's awesome, dude. Nick Swisher's there. I was signing autographs. You know? All the merch stuff got packed, so I'm so glad I got my merch on Tuesday. Went and got my Mountain Dew sample of the dirty cream soda flavor, right? As you do. And it was so funny because on Tuesday I did all the like photo ops and stuff. Well, not all of them. I refused to do the ones that didn't make sense where they're by the house because they're not allowed to go by the house. But I like redid all of them because I was like, this is too fun, dude. I'm going to keep doing this. And dude, it was just so cool. Like being on the movie site itself was so awesome. And it really was like the crowd really matched what the movie's supposed to be about, like the vibe. So it was so many like parents and kids playing catch. You know, it was so cool. And I saw a bunch of Giants fans and I was going up to them and I was chasing them down. I was saying, go Giants. And there's a guy in a Matt Cain jersey. I saw a Lincecum jersey. Jeremy Affel jersey, dude. Buster jersey. Yeah. So I did a TikTok and I didn't edit it yet because, dude, I just been on the go, you know. But I did a TikTok trying to see how many jerseys and hats of other teams I would see. So I was only counting like on-field hats, or at least close to on-field hats. So not like this one wouldn't count, I don't think, because like it's not like their colors, but like on-field type hat or a jersey. So a t-shirt, a hoodie didn't count, anything like that wouldn't count. And I got a lot, but man, there were so many teams missing where I'm like, that's actually kind of weird to me. Well, here's the thing too, is this game was so many Phillies and Twins fans. Like I really expected, because it's more like a special game, to be a mixed crowd, but it was really majority Phillies Twins, which was kind of just odd to me. Cause I just figured like everyone would want to go, not if it's just their team. So I definitely would expect a bigger chunk would be Phillies and Twins fans, but like almost all was actually surprising to me. So I feel like almost at Wrigley Field I saw more like, or not more, but like the same percentage of like not opposing fans, but random fans. But there were some teams where I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't see like. I think I did see a Red Sox fan, but it was like one. I'm like, how do you, like the Red Sox are such a big fan base and there's like one? And there wasn't that many Yankees fans, like a small handful. There wasn't even that many Chicago White Sox fans. I'm like, what's going on? Like literally the most fans I probably saw non-Phillies Twins was Cubs, and then like tied Giants Dodgers, which was really surprising to me. And I was happy that the Giants fans were like equal to the Dodgers fans, because I expected like all the bandwagon Dodgers fans, you know what I mean, coming out the woodwork, dude. But yeah, no, it was a good mix there. But yeah, there was, I didn't see, oh, right at the end I saw a Diamondbacks jersey. Right at the end I saw one Mariners hat, and it was the USA hat. But I think it was like the 4th of July hat, so I counted it. And then I saw no Pirates, but there was a girl wearing a Paul Skeens USA jersey. So I was like, I don't know if I should count that or not. Probably not. I saw no Marlins. I saw one Tampa Bay hat. No Rockies. That was my guesses was like I wouldn't see Marlins and I wouldn't see Rockies. And I didn't. I didn't see any Cincinnati Reds, which was surprising to me. Like you would think in the Midwest I would see at least one or two Reds fans, but I didn't. But I did at Wrigley. But anyways, Theo Vaughn was there randomly, comedian. I saw Barry Bonds. He was doing the analyst thing, broadcast thing. I'm assuming that was the Netflix broadcast, so you guys might have seen that. I haven't seen it yet. I was hoping he'd just be kind of wandering around so I could maybe try to get a picture with him or something, but no. Allegedly is crazy. Well, I was just saying, I got lots of family friends that I put a visit to. You should. You just missed Tyler Lozano. He went to Cubs game today. I know. I messaged him. He posted a picture outside Wrigley the day I went, and I was like, I was just there at the game. He's like, where? I was like, Wrigley. And then yeah, he went. Oops. And then he went today. Oh, Tyler Lozano. I know, different part of the country. My allergies in New England went crazy. I can see that. Where in New England did you? Oh, Connecticut. Not trying to be creepy, but what part? Yeah, get creepy with him, dude. Rye Guy loves the creepy stuff. Get creepy with him. Really pry, dude. Really get in there. Really get in there, dude. Please. Is it the Timbers Club, American? That's because they probably offer a lot of tickets to those two different fan bases. And Philly's just known for traveling. Yeah, that's probably true. And then it was like Iowa residents, but still, like for a special game, I didn't expect it to be that packed with Phillies Twins fans. Requisite Go Rockies comment, even though I've essentially given up on them. I'm sorry, man. Like I want to see the Rockies do well, you know? You guys deserve it. Supposedly they offer an analyst job for Netflix, like going forward. AAA team for the Cubs in Des Moines, so there's a ton of Cubs fans in Iowa. Yeah, the Iowa Cubs is who played. They played St. Paul Saints in the minor league game on Tuesday that I saw. So yeah, there's a ton of Iowa Cubs fans, ton of St. Paul fans as well. Um, but anyways, yeah, it was really fun to like look for jerseys though. Um, and I wandered around. I went to my seats and I was not happy with my seats. I was not happy with my seats. Like, because on the seating chart, I mean, it's a small stadium, but like the bleachers that go down left field, like third base side, they really go up and out. And they're bleachers. And I was just like, God, I'm like way out here, man. And the thing is not, it's not just like, oh, I deserve better seats. It's not that. I'm just more worried about like doing a video. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do this video like 3 miles from the game. You know what I mean? That's kind of what bothers me. So like, if I just go to a game by myself, I don't care. Like I always say, I'm the nosebleed king. I don't care. But if, like to do a video, I'm just like, dang, like this is gonna be harder. But they do the opening ceremony. Now, the opening ceremony with all the Hall of Famers was really cool. It did make me emotional. But I was a little bummed they didn't have like a host or like someone come out first. So they had the teams come out first. Because the first one, Kevin Costner came out and did a little speech. Second one, the Griffies came out and started playing catch. We didn't get that. We just got the teams coming out and then like, oh, a whole bunch of Hall of Famers. Which obviously that's cool, but I just wanted a little more theatrics. Like one of the Hall of Famers should have came out and gave a little 2-sentence speech or something. I don't know. So I felt it was probably the weakest of the 3 intros, but also cool how many Hall of Famers there were. There's definitely some Hall of Famers I wish were there that weren't there, which kind of bummed me out. Because I know for the last Field of Dreams game, Barry Larkin came out. That's, that was my guy. Like, I used his glove when I was an all-star shortstop, right? Don't forget that. So it was like Barry Larkin and Royce Clayton were my 2 favorite shortstops. So Royce Clayton was on the Giants. Barry Larkin was on the Reds. Loved him. He was at the other Field of Dreams game. He wasn't at this one. That bummed me out. But it was obviously still amazing to see that many Hall of Famers. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I can't film the episode from this seat. Like, I can film some of it, but like I can't do the whole video like from here. So I decided I'm just going to wander around the whole game. So usually, with Wrigley Field, like it was a small venue, so I spent a lot of the time wandering around. So I was just like, I'm just gonna wander around. And so I just start wandering around, and happened upon a section of seats with nobody in them, and just happened upon I need to get some shots here, and then happened upon being there for a while, and that was cool. And then, of course, by the end of the game, a couple really annoying Phillies fans. Actually, one of them was cool. One of them was annoying. The cool one was, I think he's well known. He has like a mohawk and he paints his face and all that. He was cool. But the other guy was just annoying, and he sat right next to me when there was other open seats, but he sat right next to me. And then I could see he's texting and he's like looking around all nervous. I'm like, dude, you're blowing up the spot. You got to act like you belong, dude. You got to act like you belong. But he's blowing up the spot. He's looking around nervous, texting. And I was like, I bet he's texting someone to come find him. And yep, his wife shows up and he asks me to scoot over to fit her in. I'm just like, I guess, dude. I guess. And he was a Phillies fan, so I'm like, whatever, dude. It's your team. Dude, have at it. But also, I'm trying to film a video and you just ruined my time lapse I was doing. You know? But that's fine. Gatorade, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I don't think White Sox have much of a fan base in Iowa. Yeah, but I mean, it's Chicago's so close. I figured, test. All right. Pretty cool random Giants jersey I saw recently a game with Guillermo Mota. Dude, I swear I've seen a Mota jersey in the last year somewhere. So I'm wondering if it was the same person. I wonder. Anti-influencing GOAT is back. Shout out to you. Thank you. I did say it, so I got to hit the music. Anyways, thank you. Royce Clayton is his name. I haven't thought of him forever. He was a Rocky when I was a tiny kid. Royce is my guy, man. I have a picture. I have a few pictures with him. I have his autograph somewhere. I did a summer camp with him and Darren Lewis as a kid. He was actually just on the All the Smoke baseball podcast, and it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. He has a lot of good stories. Remember he played Miguel Tejada in Moneyball. All my homies are from Philly. They're super annoying. Living the past of the championship deformed because of the contaminated water. Oh my God, going in on Philly, dude. And this guy was probably one of those guys you're talking about. He was he had stuff on his arm, like psoriasis, and it was like getting close to me, and it was kind of like, please don't touch me. And the thing is, I don't judge. We all got our things. I think I got psoriasis in my armpits lately, and it's really, really been getting to me. So we're all gross. But I'm not touching people with my like inflamed armpits. I shouldn't have even said that. But I think it might have been my deodorant because I always switch deodorants every once in a while. But anyways, I'm not touching people with it. He's like almost touching me with whatever was on his arm, and I was just like, please don't. Please don't. But whatever, dude. Yeah, so anyways, if you guys saw the game, it was a fun one, dude. Schwarber, with a dong. 2 dongs, right? Was it 2 he finished with? There were so many dongs this weekend, I've lost count. Here's what sucked. So I found these seats, right? I happened upon these seats that nobody was claiming. Okay? Right behind the dugout, right next to where the players go into the clubhouse. So I'm seeing players right there. Okay? And towards getting closer to the end of the game, I wanted... And now there's 4 Phillies fans have found me and they're around me now, right? By the end of the game, I was like, man, I've been here a long time. I want to go get some shots from different vantage points because I hadn't been up to the tippy top corner yet. And if you guys ever watch any of my stadium arena videos, I always like to go to the tippy top. Like whatever the craziest furthest seat is, I like to go there. So I was like, let me go to the tippy top, get some different vantage point shots and whatever. So I start wandering around a little bit. Walked right past Roger Clemens a couple times. Not bragging. But Rocket walked past me a couple times. I gave him a little nod. His boy was playing, right? And then it hit me because I was like, wait, I didn't see him walk out of the corn. I'm like, oh wait, he's not a Hall of Famer because the Hall of Fame is a sham. That's right. I forgot. For a second, I forgot. But anyways, dude, Rocket. We're buds now, dude. We're walking around. Me and Rocket walking around. No big deal. There's a couple other players like wandering around. They had this little VIP section I walked by. Raleigh Fingers was sitting there and stuff. It was cool. Um, yeah, so I just wander. I go back to the seats I had found, and they all took my seat. They all moved up and took my seat away. I was like, oh, you guys snaked me, huh? And then the nice Philly fan that has the mohawk and the face paint and all that and a suit. He was like, oh no, he's like, here, because he was in my seat, like where I had been sitting. He was like, oh no, go. And I was like, nah, it's all good, dude. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead, enjoy it. Because he wasn't rude about it, right? So it's all good, dude. I'm a sweetheart. And plus, they weren't my seats anyways. I have no claim to it, besides a spiritual claim. They all have big heads and small bodies. Dude, this guy gets it. What's up, Mark? I don't understand where you give people a pass that are known steroid users. Shouldn't there be some sense of ethics? I've said this before, Paul, so I'm not going to go down this path fully. I do not care about performance enhancing drugs even a little bit. It does not matter to me. It does not affect my opinion on any of the players. I think they should be allowed to do it. I don't care. I think it doesn't matter. I'd rather they do them so that they could like heal faster and play more. So yeah, my personal opinion is that I don't care about steroid usage at all. Because the reason for that is because every era has different advantages and disadvantages. You know, hitters and pitchers alike were doing it. The league was looking the other way. They weren't testing. They swept it under the rug. They were complicit. So if they're complicit and they're gonna act brand new later on, then I'm definitely not gonna worry about it or care about it. You know, there's a lot of players in the hall that were on greenies. There's a lot of players in the hall that were playing in segregated leagues. There's a lot of players in the hall that were wife beaters and racists. And so I do not care about steroid users even a little bit. And also, when you think of, you know, oh, it's an advantage, but okay, well, Aaron Judge is 6'6", and Jose Altuve is 4'11", and they play the same game. There's going to be advantages and disadvantages no matter what. I don't think it changes your game that much. I think it can prolong your game and get you to play more, which is what, you know, I want as a fan. I want to see Roger Clemens pitch more, you know? So yeah, no, I don't care at all. And plus I feel like nowadays with some of the supplements and the medical science, the way it is now, it's even bigger advantage than steroids in the mid 90s. So don't care at all. If we're going to talk ethics, then they have to clear out the hall because it's full of terrible people. It's full of cheaters. It's full of all kinds of, and the fact that Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds are not in the Hall of Fame, but Jeff Bagwell is, when he was clearly on some stuff. It's a joke to me, and the Hall of Fame is a sham in my eyes. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. So yeah, I don't care about steroids at all. That's that. So I was hanging out with Roger Clemens, no big deal. And yeah, it was a really fun game. You know, Twins didn't really put up much of a fight, but that's fine. It was still a fun game. I'm trying to, there was something else I was going to talk about. After the game, Hunter Pence was hanging out the booth, like shaking hands and taking pictures with Giants fans, which was cool. So I just went up, said, "Go Giants." Gave him a little, you know. That was cool. That was really cool. I love Hunter Pence. He makes me happy. Walked out, saw Barry Bonds again, you know. Saw Barry Bonds again. And actually, Paul, since you're here, Cal Ripken was probably the person I was most excited to see walk out of the corn. So that was awesome. What else? What else? It was just, it really was like surreal. And yeah, it was emotional too. And here's the thing, folks, if you want me to get real, dude, I'm about to get real. Um I don't I don't really have a relationship with my father, and our relationship was always spotty. Um and if you guys are longtime watchers of the Sunday night live stream, you know that that came to a head on one of the live streams before, uh when he used to join in randomly. Um I don't really have that. Now, I do have close relationships with my brother, um and my niece. Well, both my brothers, my niece and stuff, but like, I was by myself. So I didn't have anyone to play catch with or, share those moments with. But it was still very cool, and being able to like look at, dads with their kids and playing catch with them, like. And another thing that's just kind of cool is just like boys and girls, moms and dads. You know what I mean? Like, and then sometimes you see like a grandfather, or like an older father, like an elderly father and their middle-aged son, and they're playing catch. Like, it was so cool, man. It was so cool. So that was beautiful. Um, and I really enjoyed that. Oh, there was I guess, I think he's like a baseball influencer there named Cameron. Does anyone know who that might be? He had a shirt that said like 30 out of 30 ballparks, and he was filming some stuff. And then, because I saw when I was walking in, some guy was like, "Hey, what's up?" I think he said Cameron. He's like, "I met you at the home run derby or something." And yeah, so I don't know who he is, but he was there, whoever that is. But I did not see Zach Campbell. Did he put out a video? Did he go? I wonder if he didn't go this time. Or did he? He was at Camden Yards. 6 days ago, he put out a video at Camden Yards. No, he hasn't put out a Field of Dreams video, so I don't think he was there. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun, man. It was just really cool. Me and the Philly fanatic had a couple moments because I was sitting right there at the dugout. That was fun, like that was my first time getting to meet the Philly fanatic. So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. So then I had to go pack because, if you guys know, traditionally the Cubs have the famous 1:20 p.m. Friday start times, first pitch. So I'm 4.5 hours away, so I had to get up at I got up at 6:30 a.m. to hit the road to try to get to Wrigley Field. So I wasn't trying to just get there in time for the game. I'm trying to get there to see the ballpark, because it was my first time going to Wrigley. So I'm usually when the gates open at places, right? But I couldn't get up that early, so I'm like, all right, I'll try to get there early, but I can't push it. So I'm driving from Iowa. There's a road closure, so I have to go this other way. So I don't know how much time that added, honestly. But there was a whole freeway closure, so I had to go this whole different direction that I didn't come in on. So I didn't even go through Dubuque this time. I went around, further south. So then I'm I can't check into my hotel yet, and I don't really have time to do that anyways, because hotels, if you're checking in later, you can usually drop your stuff off and they'll hold it in the storage area. But I was I don't have time to drive into downtown where I was staying and then back out to Wrigley and all that. So I was all right, I just got to find parking near Wrigley. And I was I don't want to do try to fight for street parking and take a bunch of time trying to find street parking. So I'm just looking on the apps trying to find parking. So I think I just used Spot Hero, and I found a small lot right behind a hot dog stand 2 blocks away. So I go there. The dude trying to direct traffic, he's in the middle of the street directing traffic. He's a little spicy, like he's a little rude, right? And you guys know I don't do that, right? So I hang out my car and tell him some words. I'm like, I got it. I got it. And then some other words too. So me and the parking guy get into it. But anyways, I park. He wasn't the head guy. He was just some schmuck, right? He was lowest on the totem pole. But anyways, so I park. I walk down. They got, stands everywhere selling stuff. So there's like the stand has these two really cool Wrigley pins. So I buy those. I head in. I go by the marquee. And I figured out, dude, this is super annoying. I just hate how we just need to like, the world just needs, everyone just needs to be taken care of so everyone doesn't have to like hustle and scheme and scam. Because I'm assuming this is what it was. I didn't go far enough down the path to figure this out. But outside Wrigley, there's a whole bunch of dudes standing around just looking at the tourists and people going, or not just tourists, but the attendees. And they're like offering to take a picture. Like, oh, you want a picture? And then I'm assuming they like try to pressure you to give them like a tip. Or some of them have like sign up sheets of like donations. So they try to, that's their in, is like, oh, I'll take a picture for you. And you think it's just someone being nice, but really they're just trying to get money. And there's literally like 15 of these guys out by the marquee. And it's like, dude, why does humanity always have to just ruin stuff? You know what I mean? And look, I'm not just blaming them. I'm blaming society, because people have to do these kinds of things to get ahead and to feed their families and stuff. And that's a shame. That's a sham. We're a failure. As a civilization, we're a failure, dude. Okay? He's radical, folks. So anyways, it's annoying. It's annoying. And I'm just like, bro, I don't need, no. And the thing is, I did want my picture taken. But I'm not falling into the trap, dude. You can't get me. I can't get got, dude. If you're going to get someone, you got to get someone else, because I don't get got. Okay? So anyways, I walk into the friendly confines for the very first time. Okay? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, dude. I go in there, I wander around. I find their little Hall of Fame. It's like behind the left field wall underneath. The street is right on the other side of this brick wall. Like, you just see folks just walking by. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's so cool. So cool, dude. And then I try to go to the bleachers, but you can't go to the bleachers unless you have a bleacher ticket, which is a bummer. So I got to know that for next time. Because I wanted to pretend to be Henry Rowan Gardner, dude. Sue me. My lawyers are ready. Okay? Get those boys in the Hall of Fame. That's what I'm talking about, Mark. What could have been? Every time I hear Royce Clayton's name, it pains my heart. Talk to Dylan Saunders. That's what I'm saying. Wish you had an opportunity to talk to him. He's such a genuine, awesome person. He grew up in a small town. He still has small town values. Wait, who? Roger Clemens or Cameron Guzzo? I am. You know who I am, dude. So if he's not good, you know I'm gonna go in on him. It was that guy. Yeah, Cameron Guzzo. He was there. Yeah, he does kind of look familiar. Complex Tour. He did a bunch of Field of Dreams things. See, this is why like it's hard for me, man. I can't keep up with these guys because he does like his TikToks, and it's like that's. But it's like I do these stupid videos that nobody watches, and it's like, you know, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it was him. This guy tries to find the worst seat in every stadium. He's there. That was probably Cameron. Oh, does he do that? Cheating starts at the Little League level. Umpire. And what does it cheat? What does it cheat? It amazes me every year. I've seen presidents embezzle thousands of dollars. Oh my god. His videos are always 10 to 20 days behind. Oh well. Hampel puts out way less videos these days. When he does go to a game, he takes as long as you now to put out a video. I've noticed that too. Like, does I always wonder, like, does Zach Hampel have another job? Because I always figured this was his full-time gig, but then it's like he barely does as much. Or did he like make a ton of money the last 5-10 years and he's just like chilling? Or is he taking a break? Or is MLB like, you gotta relax, buddy, or we're gonna ban you? Is there something going on behind the scenes? I want to know. He usually posts his videos like 2-3 weeks out. Yeah, but I would think he would. It's been a week. Well, yeah, whatever. Philly Captain didn't go. I thought Philly Captain might have been there. I was gonna look for him. It's all new when they did that remodel in 2016. That's when they built all that stuff. Yeah, and I could tell like the floor and everything. Oh, Cal Ripken Jr. Yeah, I didn't see him up close, unfortunately. So yeah, Wrigley, like obviously the inside, the guts were all when they did the huge remodel that Paul was talking about. Obviously, it's like really nice in there now. It's like brick all around. It's like beautiful. So there is a part of me that's always going to be sad. I never got to see like the OG version. Oh, and then you know what killed me? Oh, I was texting my mom some pictures and stuff. She asked me how the trip was going. I was texting her some pictures and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, you made it to Wrigley." She's like, "I always felt bad we never went." I was like, "Don't say that, Mom." You know, it made me feel really sad. Like, she shouldn't feel bad about that. She was a wonderful mother. But yeah, so there's always going to be part of me that's sad I didn't see like the OG version. But, well, not the OG version. There's lots of OG versions, but like the OG version that I grew up seeing on TV. But dude, I love the small concourses, and yeah, it's weird, and some of the steps and hallways go weird places, and it's just awesome, dude. And then so I went and I sat in one of the seats behind the pole, the obstructed view seat, and I was like, this is awesome, dude. This is so cool. This is so cool. And it's like obviously an obstructed seat. You'd be like, that's not cool, but it is to me because it's part of history, dude. Okay. It's part of history when they're trying to build these places and they're like, we got to pack people in, but we also have to support this whole upper deck. So what are we going to do? Right? Like, we're just going to have to do it this way. Right? It's a part of history, dude. So I loved that. I loved that. So I go to my seat. I was like a little bit past the dugout on the third base side. And dude, freaking Mr. T's just standing out there on the field. I'm like, what the heck? That's Mr. T. He throws out the first pitch. He walks by me, and I shake his hand. I shook Mr. T's hand. Me, dude. So I'm going to need all of you to tighten it up when you're around me, when you're talking to me, when you're speaking to me. Just make sure, dude. Make sure you know who you're talking to. Make sure you don't overstep. Choose your words wisely. This is someone that shook Mr. T's hand. All right. So from here on out, dude. From here on out. Tread lightly. Tread lightly, dude. He did it. He did it. But yeah, man. It felt, so I'll say like Wrigley felt it felt surreal. Because it didn't feel how I expected it to feel, of like a whole lifelong of thinking I understand it, you know. Um, but I think part of it was more confined. The friendly confines were more confined than I expected, and then the bleachers, like from field level, the bleachers really go high and steep, and that felt different. I didn't picture them going that steep and that high. The Wrigley rooftops are so cool. I didn't. The Wrigley rooftops really are right there. Like in I feel like on TV it doesn't seem as close as it is, but it's there, dude. It's right. They're right there. Um, but yeah, it was packed. It was absolutely packed. Um, and then uh, Mr. T sang for the seventh inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game, and I got emotional. Man. This means something to me, man. This means something to me. Okay? Little 8, 9, 10-year-old me during the summer would throw on WGN, right? In the morning time, because it would be a midday game. I'd wake up to a ball game, dude. Wake up to a ball game in the summer. Put on WGN. Watch Sean Dunston, Mark Grace, right? Watch those guys play for the Cubs with Harry Carey. And Harry Carey sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I loved Harry Carey. I always had a love for the Cubs because of those days watching those morning games and listening to Harry Carey. 18 Budweisers deep, right? So to be in that ballpark, singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Mr. T taking Harry Carey's spot, right? Sub him right in, dude. That everyone knows that's where you would go if you're like, we really gotta replace Harry Carey. Where are we going? You're going straight to Mr. T. Everyone knows that. I got emotional, dude. Talk to my lawyers. I was tearing up. Okay? I was tearing up, dude. So watch your mouth. Okay? It was great. It was lovely, dude. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was just trying to enjoy the game. I will say this is the first group of fans I'm gonna trash. There was these guys just probably like around 30 years old sitting right behind me, and they were just yapping, just loud, like projecting, yapping, talking about plans. Well, should we invite? Are we gonna invite blah blah? Well, if we invite Hannah, then so and so is gonna blah blah blah. And it's just like, bro, like, at least if you're talking like about baseball or something, but like, you're like this with your plans of throwing some party or something. It was annoying, dude. It's like, why do you have to like project? If you're just talking like this, like, oh, if we invite Hannah, then blah, blah, blah. But they're like, well, if we invite Hannah, they're like talking to the stadium, you know? Oh, no, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Anyway, they annoyed me, dude, and that was that. But other than that, it was cool. It was lovely. It was a lot of fun. I just couldn't believe I was actually there. And then, I wandered by. I had no idea, but thank the Lord himself, Barry Bonds, that I noticed. But I walked by, they had a first time at Wrigley booth. So you could get a pin, a certificate, and take your picture at this little photo op for your first game. So I did that. I went and got a dog. I got a souvenir cup. Souvenir cup is gonna get a rating when it gets in. But I did ship that home. I got some game used dirt. I got a whole bunch of stuff, dude. I went stupid on the souvenirs. I told you guys. I went stupid on the souvenirs. And here's another weird thing that I still can't figure out. I bought one of my trips to the store at Wrigley Field. I bought 3 pins. When I got to my hotel and I looked at my stuff, there was another pin that I did not choose in the bag. And I was like, oh, did he grab the wrong one? But I had the other 3 that I wanted. So I was like, did he give me a freebie? Did he accidentally? I don't know, but I got an extra pin. And what's crazy is at the game, I took a picture of the 3 pins and I posted in the Discord. That 4th pin isn't there. So where was this 4th pin the whole time? And I'm not a thief. I didn't steal it. Talk to my lawyers. Anyways, I got a bonus pin. Maybe I did buy it because it's like the 100th anniversary of the Cubs or something. I don't know, dude. Whatever. Talk to my lawyers. Maybe I did buy it. I don't know. And then I went and checked in my hotel. Crazy hotel, dude. Oh, I went around the corner to see the Harry Carey statue, of course. And then, yeah, I drove to my hotel, which was a crazy corner suite, overlooking the plaza that is next to Lake Michigan. It was pretty cool. I could see the big fountain from my window. I could see Soldier Field from my window. And then the next day, I kind of had to do the same thing, get up early. And this time, I wasn't going to drive, so I figured out how to take the L, the rail, the CTA, and it was super easy, man. Super easy. I'm just like, why does the Bay Area Rapid Transit, it's just so limited? And it's like, well, I mean, I'm sure the L is in some ways too. But literally, dude, I walked a block and a half behind my hotel, got on the train, and it took me directly to Wrigley Field. And guess what? A day pass was $5. $5, and you can go anywhere in the city. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Maybe he invested his money smartly. He also doesn't have kids, so it saves you hella money. Yeah, true. You would know. He's a Nepo kid. His parents run a famous bookstore in NYC. Oh, wow. I figured he came from money because, you know, obviously he was traveling like this even before YouTube. Family knows he does YouTube for a hobby. Okay. So maybe he does the family business then too. They had no choice. The actual upper deck was falling down. If they didn't reinforce and bring it up to code, they were going to have to condemn Wrigley. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like it, because it's like, it's history, you know? You have to do shorts, drive people to your channel, and speak of the videos. Where are they? Haven't been here in a while. I've been busy as you have. No, I know. So I've been talking about this for absolutely years. I want to do more shorts. I want to do more clips. I want to do more stuff like that. I just don't have time to do all of it. Like, I don't have time to do the full videos. I work full time. Like, I'm just dealing with too much, and it's like, it sucks because, like, I know I need to put out more shorts. I know I need to do that. It's just like, so I've been looking for years. I've been asking people, like, who can edit. I'll pay an editor. I'll do this and that. And I have paid people before. I paid someone online, and all they did was use the AI clipper thing, and I'm just like, nah, dude, that's not what I want. And they sucked. Like, they were really stupid, sucky. So, like, yeah, I know I need to do more shorts and stuff, and it's like, it's just hard to do it all. I did the Field of Dreams video a couple days ago, you know, and I got a whole bunch in the chamber that are coming out soon. I don't know. I remind me of Night of the Roxbury when they talk about meeting Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Duck Man himself. I don't remember that. I gotta watch that. Is that in the movie? I don't remember that. I don't know if I ever even watched the movie. I used to love the skits on Saturday Night Live, though. Regulars really like how Fenway is. I think you probably enjoy Fenway. I haven't been to Fenway yet. I want to go to Fenway super bad, of course, but to let you guys know, like, for real, Wrigley Field was my number one that I wanted to go to. And that's the reason I always put it off, because I was like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. But this trip kind of just forced my hand. I was like, I can't be in Chicago and not go, and they're in town. So, yeah, I pity the fool. That's what I'm saying. I pity the fool that talks to me wrong. When I was at the River Cats game recently, there were down drunk dudes talking hella loud, but they were talking baseball, so it was actually fine. Some drunk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they weren't even talking baseball. They're talking about their plans and stuff. I'm like, bro, like, you don't project. Just talk amongst them yourselves. Did you happen to catch I did. I'm getting there. I still didn't build a subway stop at the United Center. Oh, really? That sucks. We have some locations are exactly how they're in New York, really close. Sometimes they're just completely non-existent. So, what was I saying? So yeah, I take the L. Tons of Cubs fans on the train and all that, which is cool. And so the biggest shout out of all time. So this is Saturday now. The biggest shout out of all time to William that was in here. Will, and he had me do the survey last week. Will sent me a ticket. Okay? He was like, hey, since you did the survey, if you do the survey or whatever, I can probably have my company hook you up. He sends me a ticket. Okay? And it says something about special entrance Harrison something. I think it was the Harrison entrance. Something, or not Harrison, it was something else. But it was like special entrance, something like that, right? So I'm about to go in under the marquee again, because that's where I want to enter. But I was like, oh wait, what's that special entrance? So I asked the guy, I'm like, where's this special entrance? He's like, oh, right next door. Like, just go to this next door right here. So I go over there, dude. They usher me into a special little area. This special little area has cool stuff on the walls, including a display case with a World Series 2016 ring in it. And there's an elevator, and they're like, go to the 5th floor. I'm like, what the heck are we doing, dude? So I go to the 5th floor. They put a wristband on me. And suddenly, your boy's in the Catalina Club. So remember that. I shook Mr. T's hand, and now I'm in the Catalina Club. So really, tread lightly. Tread lightly with me, dude. Oh, you thought Zach Hampel was bad with his famous bookstore Nepo baby stuff? We'll talk to the kid that shook Mr. T's hand and is now in the Catalina Club. Okay? So the Catalina Club is in the upper deck right behind home plate, right underneath Harry Carey's booth. Okay? It's called the Catalina Club because the Chicago Cubs played spring training games on Catalina Island off the coast of California from like 1921 to 1940 something, right? So now your boy's feeling at home because I'm back in California, baby. So shout out Will. Shout out Playmaker. I think that's the name of the company, Playmaker, for hooking me up. Because guess what, dude? In there, they had free food everywhere. All you can eat. By golly, I had a crepe. I had a Nutella and strawberry crepe. I had fresh fruit. I had pineapple, dude, and some cantaloupe and some strawberries. Free. Had some soda. He splurged. Had some soda, dude. Had a dog. They had a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't even try it all because I wanted to keep it simple. because I had plans for later on that evening. So I kept it simple. I had a dog. I had fresh fruit. I had a crepe. I will say this. The first crepe I put on my plate, luckily, before I took a bite out of it, I noticed there was a hair in it, a long hair. But I won't blame anyone. It's a dynamic, fluid world, right? It's a dynamic, fluid world, and hair is going to get places. So I didn't eat that one. I went back and I got another crepe, because guess what, dude? It's all you can eat. And I bought a Catalina Club pin that they were selling there, exclusive. So watch the way you talk to me from here on out. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, dude, I'm not going to keep putting up with this. I was in the Catalina Club. Okay? I was in the Catalina Club, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. Okay? I was sitting underneath Harry Carey's booth. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, I'm going to show you guys something too, because I'm about to trash some people right now. You know? So yeah, the club was super cool. So at one point I did leave the club and walked around a little bit, you know, just to feel the vibes. But then I was like, man, how am I ever going to be here again? Who knows, right? So I spent a lot of time in the club. So Joshua Baez, it was his MLB debut. There was 2 Cardinals fans in the section with me, a few rows up, like a father son. And this was funny. So they're cheering for Joshua Baez, and they were doing like an extra clap thing. I don't know, is that a Cardinals fan thing? I wasn't familiar, but maybe it was. They're doing some extra clap, and then the dad like looks around at the Cubs fans like, I was like, dude, just stop it, dude. Just cut it out. You know? Just sit down. Like, here's my thing. We've talked about this at length before, but I'll just say quickly. Like, I just feel like as an opposing fan, it's corny to me to try to bring all your fandom to the place. Like, cheer for your team and all that, but like trying to do chants and stuff. And then the kid, it's not the kid's fault. He was probably 10, 11 years old. But when they're doing Cubs introductions, he's like booing the players. I'm like, dude, you're not home. We get it. You're wearing a Cardinals jersey. We already know, dude. It's just weird. Like, if I go, I hate the Dodgers. I want them to be shot into the sun, collectively or individually. I don't care. Like, I mean, it would probably be cheaper if we do one rocket, but like, I'm willing for my tax dollars to go to individual rockets for the whole 40-man roster, plus plus all the minor leagues, plus spring training invitees, plus coaching staff, training staff, executives. We can go all out as many rockets as we need, or we can just do one big rocket with all of them. But then it's just kind of one and done. If we do a couple hundred rockets, and it's like we can do that for like almost a whole year. We can have a rocket launch a new Dodgers player into the sun like every couple days, right? But anyways, I hate them so much. If I go to Dodger Stadium, like, it's just so corny to me that I'm booing them doing their intros. That's what you do at home. It's corny to do it away, I think. Like, it's corny to try to do your chants. It's corny. Save that stuff for home. Then it's special. You do it when you're at home. You know? Just like Trev's chirps, dude, using Giants traditional chants as his own, and now people think it's his stuff, and now you got other fan bases taking Giants stuff and doing it in their ballparks, and you're ruining our fan culture, and you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan also. So you're already a wrong person. You're already a bad fan. So anyways, right? Joshua Baez comes up to bat, his MLB debut. I can't speak also. That's a new thing that's happening. His debut, so I'm like, oh, cool, his debut. He rocks one out, right? He comes up to bat again. I'm filming it. Boom, 2 for 2 in his MLB debut. And then I go to take a tinkle, and as I'm in there, everyone's cheering. He went 3 for 3, folks, and I missed it. I heard it. I was there. I was in the building. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I was tinkling. Free sodas. Free sodas, dude. Talk to my lawyers. And then his fourth at bat, he roped one. He hit a nice one. It was an out, but he made good contact. So, what did he do? Did he play today? I haven't even watched. I want to see if he's gonna do real good. With some got you VIP tickets. He did, yeah. Yeah, dude, he hooked me up. It was awesome. Been to Catalina Island, went to a museum. They had a section about the Cubs spring training days. Loved it. It was definitely my favorite part of the museum. That's awesome. We were here when you filled out that survey. Hilarious. Never saw this as a payoff for it. Amazing hookup. Yeah, dude. Look, and I kept it real on that survey. I kept it as real as real. Chicago is the most slept on city in America. It was great. It was great. The humidity. People like that just want attention. Yeah, and it's like the way they were like doing a little chant or something, a little Cardinals thing. They like looked around like, do you see us? We're in Wrigley Field doing the Cardinals thing. And it's like, just stop it, dude. Like, clap for your team. Like, during the intros, clap for your team or whatever. But acting like you're at home, like, we've talked about it. Me and Bay Area Throwbacks have talked about it too, how corny, like, the whole takeover thing is in the NFL. It's stupid. Just enjoy being a away fan, cheer for your team, but, like, trying to do your at-home stuff is just weird to me. I know one of my mom's friends' mother's centenarian. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so here's what I wanted to show you guys too. So, first, when I'm sitting in my seat, this lady next to me has her feet up on the seat next to me. I'm like, this is so annoying. And then these two other girls show up. They're on this side. Both of them have their feet. So now I have two pairs of feet, shoulder to shoulder, dude. Shoulder to shoulder. And there was one of the ushers. She was one of the club ushers. I was talking to her. All throughout the day. She was really, really sweet. And I walked by and I was angry. She's like, everything okay? And I was like, oh yeah, just, it's annoying when people have their feet up or whatever. So she's like, oh, no problem. She went and told them to put their feet down. The lady that was to my left, that was first. She was an older lady. She listened. The two younger ones did not listen. They had their feet up the whole game. At one point, this girl is like rubbing her feet together like this. Right next to me, like this. So finally I turned around and was like, please, can you please, like, with your feet here? And guess what, dude? Was she like, oh, I'm sorry? No. She was like, okay, yeah, no problem, or whatever. You know, like with a little attitude. I'm like, really? I'm a jerk because I don't want your feet on my shoulder? Like, first of all, be more respectful. Why do you even have your feet up on the seat anyways? You know? Like, here and there, people do it. I get it. But the whole game, and the two girls are yapping and chatting about nothing about baseball, by the way. But they were at a reasonable level. They weren't projecting, so it was fine. I didn't even notice, right? But I'm just saying they're there the whole time, and her feet are right next to me the whole time. And I'm just like, this is so annoying and gross. And we're in the nice section, dude. It's the Catalina Club. It's the effing Catalina wine mixer, dude. Put your feet down. And the usher already told you once. And then she gives me attitude when I ask her. And I didn't ask her with attitude, dude. I'm such a sweetie pie. I was like, I'm sorry, but can you please, like... And then I think there was two dudes that I think they were with, but they weren't even interacting like the whole time, which was weird. But the dude I thought said something about it. So I turned I turned and looked at him like this, but he didn't look at me. Cause I was like, "Oh, please, dude, we can set it off like Queen Latifah in here." It's the Catalina Wine Club. It's the Catalina Wrigley Club, dude. It's the Catalina Wrigley mixer. Dude, we can get all the boats and hoes in here, dude. Prestige worldwide. All up on that tush, dude. But just like there were so many privileged people around Chicago, I noticed, that were just like they just walk into the street whether they have the light or not. They just like do whatever they want. And I was like at the game in both seats I sat in. And this is the Catalina Club, dude. And it's just like, put your feet down. Like, I could see pregame when there's not a bunch of people, for a little bit, but like the whole game. And the thing was, there was another guy that came and sat. There was an empty seat next to me. He was sitting in the other one. So literally, she has her feet just in between two fellas. Like, what is wrong with people? Why are people so disrespectful? It's just gross. Put your feet down. Ah! Would you say same to Niner fans at Rams games? Because I know when they go first, and you can. Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid. I do that. No, that's stupid. Barrier throwbacks, you can't do that. Get out of here. I'm not gonna do that. My own grandma is centenarian, born in Toledo. It's awesome. True West Coaster. I only put my feet up on seats in front of me if there's multiple empty seats, not if someone is sitting right next to the seat. Exactly. Like if you have your feet up for a little bit and there's nobody around, but like to have your feet dangling next to someone, it's ridiculous. They were just so annoying. And just the fact that she gave me like attitude. It's like, and no, stop doing the ow, ow, ow thing at SoFi. All right. I'm angry now. Glad you had a good time. If you ever need the same tickets for Giants 49ers Warriors, hit me up. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. It was so cool, man. And like all the people working in the Catalina Club were so sweet. They were so nice. They were awesome. They were awesome. They were all like thought it was really cool that I was, there from San Francisco and all that, and they were giving me little tips and tricks. Yeah, really, really great. They were awesome. And then the one girl, she was like, I said girl, she was like probably my mom's age. She was like, oh man, this is a dream. Like I get to work here and blah blah blah. She was telling me about it. It was awesome. I'm called New York, Chicago. They do that in both big cities. Well, they do that in some places here. Stanford University, do not drive through there too fast because the privileged students will just walk into the windy road. Don't you just love entitlement? It's poisoning our youth. Yeah, I don't know if it's poisoning our youth. I think it's just people, dude. People just suck. Just be respectful, yeah. Half the stadium is doing it at SoFi. The difference with SoFi is not necessarily a takeover because they're fans who literally live in the area, which is wrong, but it is what it is. Nah, dude, you sound crazy right now, dude. You sound like you like OG Carnal, dude. We're literally creating a home field advantage. You want to give it away? I don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like it. If I go to a game at SoFi, I want it to feel like a Rams home game or a Chargers home game. Whichever stupid franchise is taking over that or, has their name on the lease for that week. I'm just like a traditionalist in that way. I don't like takeovers. I don't like it. I don't like it. Creating home field advantage. Oh, I see your point, but I don't want a home field advantage if it's not home field. I like to win with integrity, dude. I want it to be filled with mostly Rams fans, and I want them to walk out of there brokenhearted. That's what I want. I know in January, rooting for the Pens, I knew to be on the best behavior. No Penguins cracking game. Attending. Malala was in attendance. I think you said that. That's pretty cool. Did you get to see her? She's definitely a cool figure. Anyways, Catalina Club was freaking awesome, dude. Um, and then I went to Portillo's, dude. That's why I didn't eat like crazy at Catalina. I went to Portillo's and it was fire. And then I went and explored the city a little bit. I walked super far to the Bean to find out it was closed at night, which I didn't know. I thought it was just like open to the public. I thought it was just in a plaza, but no, they put like fences around it. And so I had to sneak in, and I had to avoid 2 security guards that were patrolling in circles, and I did it. Got away scot-free. I win again. So yeah, dude. Wrigley, I I absolutely loved it. I adored it. Everything about it. There was nothing about Wrigley I would say I didn't like, I don't think. Um it was great. It was great. They had awesome merch, like they had cool stuff, they had history everywhere. Like obviously it's not like a big glamorous stadium, which is exactly what I like. I like it's so cool also that it's what was basically an old dump, but they fixed it and made it nice. And it just shows like we don't need the big fancy Halo boards, dude. I hate the Halo boards. They're so stupid. Um, obviously they put in the big screens and all that, but like they gussied her up. And it's just great. It's great. Um Malala was on the Jumbotron and told the guys behind me how she was almost killed by a Taliban for getting education. Yeah. Oh, you went to a speech by Malala? That's pretty dope. Um, so yeah, dude, 4 baseball games and 4 baseball games and visiting 3 different states, checking off 3 different states in a week. So not bad, dude. Not bad. And I will say this. Here's another thing I got to show you guys. This was the Catalina Club when I was getting ready to leave. This is another thing that I don't understand. And you're all going to have to explain yourselves because you're probably all guilty of this. What's the deal with just leaving trash like this? Why? I'm just saying, why? This is like normal to most people. But I want to know why. I want to know why this is normal. Like, I clean up almost all my trash. Next time I get up to go to the restroom, I bring the trash and I throw it away. I cannot imagine just leaving all this stuff under my seat. Now there's been times I've left stuff because I had nowhere to take it or something, but I put it neatly and I put it together so that it could just be picked up and put in the trash. It's not strewn about, like spilled everywhere. I don't get this. And most people do this. Obviously, you can see it's like every seat. Most people do this. Please explain yourself. Please. Is it just like, well, there's people to clean that up? Like, yeah, but does it not still feel disrespectful? Do you not return your shopping cart to the corral? Cause I do. At Moda Center, that's dope. It's only normal if I go to the movies every week and bring food in or buy food at the concession. I always take it to the trash can. Me too. If you leave your food underneath your seat, you just do. Someone has to clean that whole seat every night. You're causing the seagulls. I agree, but somehow this is super normalized. How would the San Francisco Seagulls eat if the Giants fans didn't do that? Well, maybe they wouldn't be swarming around and pooping on folks in the 7th inning if they weren't getting so much food. Time I thought was insane. Yeah. Dude, that's nothing. Come to Dodge Stadium. That's just another day that ends in a Y. I hate to say it, but our fan base is horrible about picking up after themselves. It's so embarrassing. No, I mean, it's everywhere. It's not just one place. But again, this is the freaking Catalina wine mixer right here. This is the Catalina Club. This is supposed to be the fancy folks. And they're still leaving it like this. So I can only imagine. And I took a picture, actually. Do I have it? You could see it from my seat. You could see the bleachers. Watch. Let me show you. I forgot about this one. I need you guys to explain yourselves. I just like, yeah, there's people to clean it up, but there's people to clean it up because people do this. Like, those people could be like freshening it up better and like actually cleaning the seats thoroughly if they didn't have to like deal with all this. It would be nicer for everybody. That's why I like the Japanese fans during the World Cup. And they clean up. I always throw trash away everywhere I go, but stadium's the one place I leave it. Sometimes I throw it away, sometimes I leave it under. Ah, you're a bad person, dude. You're doing the ow, ow, ow at SoFi. Look at that. Look at the bleachers from my seat. I could see all the trash. Look at that, dude. What is wrong with people? People that do, more rich you are, more you do. Yeah. Documentary about the cleaning of the San Diego stand that said that one of the things I want to prevent is the seagulls learning that the ballpark was there. See? Why would you leave a full bottle of water? There's several full bottles. Yeah, it's people clean it up, make their life easier. Exactly. The thing is, I'm a sweetie pie, right? I was helping the shuttle driver with the bags today. That's not my job. He's getting paid for it. I'm not, but I'm a nice guy. People do that everywhere from the expensive to the cheap seats. Yeah, I mean, look, this is the bleachers, and it looks like a dump. Looks like a dump. You can see it from space, dude. You can see the satellite image from space. Look at all that. I mean, look, at a ballpark, I'll say it's a tier below the people that do this at like parks, at like for events, you know? Like Dolores Park in San Francisco after 420 or something like that. It's just the worst of humanity. So I'll say at least it's a step up because it's like, oh, well, they come by and clean it. I understand there might be some reasonable explanation, but I don't do it and I'll never do it, dude. And that's my word, folks. Again, well, I will say, no, there might be a time I leave stuff under the seat, but I'll leave it nicely. I will leave it nicely if I don't have somewhere to bring it or something. I don't know. I don't get it, dude. So we got people putting their feet up on my shoulder, leaving their trash. Of course, those people left all their trash. That's why Dodgers like to decorate their stadium. Yeah, you know what? I'll leave my trash at Dodger Stadium, and I'll throw my cheese, nacho cheese everywhere. You know, was Wrigley a good ballpark? It was awesome. It was incredible. 44 years old in September and never seen this bad thing. It's definitely getting worse. Is that hard to take your trash to the trash can? It's just crazy. Same fan base that makes beer snakes out of their cups. Was the Shoreline empty the other day and couldn't believe how much trash was left on the lawn. Threw away all my... Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I don't understand it, man. Even if at a ballpark, or like even worse is like the lawn at Shoreline. Even if there was a robot that was going to come around and clean my trash, I'll still clean it because I want to be that person. I want to be that person that cleans up after themselves. I don't want to be disrespectful, even if a robot's cleaning it. Maybe the robot has feelings. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that was my gripes about that. But Wrigley was freaking awesome, dude. It was freaking awesome. I just I was literally getting emotional a lot of the times because, like, I just couldn't believe I was there. And I'm just like, dude, I dreamed about this moment since I was a child. Like, Wrigley was my number one, folks. Do you understand that? That was my number one. And I cared so much that I put it off for years and years and years. It's like, no, not yet. Not yet. I don't want to. What I always said was like, one of the things was like, if I was to check off ballparks, now money, like finances, time has limited me to be able to check off places that are mostly going away or special. So I haven't been able to just be like, this year, let's check off this one. Right. But if I did do that, what I wanted to do was start with my least like favorite, or the ones I was less excited about, and build up to places like Wrigley Field. And that's one of the reasons I put it off. But I just had to do it. Now am a little sad. I'm a little sad that I checked off my number one and I still have so many to go. You know? That's a little sad. But let's see, I updated. So for MLB, this is my list. I'm at 13 now. Candlestick Park, Oakland Coliseum, Oracle Park, Petco Park, Dodger Stadium, Citi Field, Globe Life Park, Globe Life Field, Angel Stadium, Rickwood Field, Sutter Health Park, Field of Dreams, Wrigley Field. That's now my list. That's only. This is what sucks. I'm always treading water because like it's hard to check off like current ballparks, you know, because I keep trying to go to places before they're gone or these special games. So like out of active ballparks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm at 8 active ballparks. That includes Sacramento, Sutter Health. So that'll be gone. So it'll be down to 7 if I don't check off another one. So for special or defunct, it's Candlestick, Oakland Coliseum, Globe Life Park, Rickwood Field, Field of Dreams. Yeah. So I can't wait to check off more. Yeah, so I explored Chicago after that. It was awesome. It was great. Like I totally get the hype of Chicago, of people who always sing its praises. It really is a really cool city. The one thing I don't understand is dealing with the humidity. Now, I've barely felt humidity in my life. I think the first time I really felt a humid day was a couple years ago in Rickwood Field in Alabama. When I went to Alabama, like I don't feel humidity, and I never understood when people were like, "Well, I mean, I understood what they're saying, but I couldn't relate." When they'd be like, "In California, when it gets hot or whatever, like, well, at least it's a dry heat, or like it's a dry heat, so that's better." And I'd be like, yeah, but it's still 102, you know, like, but now I get it. Humidity sucks, dude. And you can put me on record. Put me on record. Humidity sucks. Don't like it. Not a fan. Humidity, hit the door. Doors that way, partner. Dude, I was miserable, man. I'm just like, I totally understand why people love Chicago, but I don't know if I could deal with the humidity. And the funny thing is, everyone says the opposite. They say, I can't deal with the winters. I think I can deal with the winters. I don't know if I can deal with the humidity. Because, like, being in Buffalo when it was super cold, I liked it. I liked it, dude. I layered up. I had my underoos on, my long johns. I had extra socks on, boot liners, boots, and I was fine. But the humidity, it's like you can't do anything about it. And then, like, even in my car, the rental cars driving around, I couldn't figure out how to defrost the windows. I'm trying every trick in the book, dude. It's getting it was getting fogged up on the inside, the outside, the top, the bottom, everything. It was miserable. And it was still humid at midnight. Walking around trying to find the bean at midnight, and I'm sweating my tuchus off. How do they do it, dude? How did they do it? I could deal with the winters. Telling you right now. I don't know if I can deal with that humid summer though. And now I understand the dry heat is way better. Dry heat is way better, dude. Way better. Is Fenway next? Probably not. Generally, they need to throw trash in the trash. Yeah, maybe. I remember growing up, they would have PSAs about recycling, throwing your trash away. Yeah, maybe. It's Fenway next. Yeah, probably not Fenway. Done T-Mobile Park and Wrigley, so you're at 2. Have you ever been to a stadium that you were low-key disappointed in? Let me look at my list. I don't think so though, because honestly, I love like whatever it is. I love it. Like, the thing is, look, I get on this live stream and I rant and rave and I trash talk things and I, you know, all that. But I really am like an understanding person where like even if a place is like not the best or doesn't have the best bells and whistles, I love it for what it is. So let me look at the list. Yeah, no, I love every place I've been. Hold on, let me see. NFL. I would say maybe SoFi. Like SoFi Stadium is just whatever. Um, LA Coliseum had the worst food for an NFL game ever. Um, NBA Toyota Center was kind of small, but I still enjoyed it. Like Alamo Dome was fun. American Airlines Center in Dallas was awesome. Moda Center was awesome. Golden One Arena is awesome. Yeah, I honestly I think I just love any kind of ballpark, and I love even if they're different. I sometimes I even love when they have deficiencies. Like I said, I love the obstructed seats in Wrigley. Now if you guys saw Highmark Stadium Dose, the new one in Buffalo, there's a bunch of obstructed seats. That's a little different because that's not out of necessity. That's like them not planning well. So that might get some low grades from me if I go. But otherwise, dude, I love the dumps. I love everything. I even like the new fancy ones. So like I didn't hate SoFi. I think SoFi I would have enjoyed. This is the thing about SoFi Stadium. The design of it is really fun to me. It's basically like an outdoor stadium and they put like a weird cover over it. So you're inside but you're kind of outside, right? I thought that was super cool. I was like, this is different. I can't think of another stadium that's like that. Can anyone think? Is there another stadium like that? That's basically indoors and outdoors. Um, my problem with SoFi is that it's shared by 2 franchises, and obviously they cater to a lot to other events and concerts and stuff. So because of that, it does not feel like home for either team. So I went to a Rams game. All they had was temporary Rams banners and like they literally had those flags that you see when like a new T-Mobile has opened up and they have a T-Mobile flag on the side of the road. They had that said like Rams. So that's trash to me. Like if I go to a stadium, I want to see the history of the team. Right? Like if I go to a Rams game, I want to see an Eric Dickerson statue or a mural. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to see. And the fact that they just had these banners that they can just rip down and then put up Chargers banners the next week is trash to me. But I'm not blaming that on the stadium. I'm blaming that on the teams and the owners. So SoFi has a lot of potential to me. And I will say I hate the Halo board. I hate all the Halo boards. Every place I've been, I don't know if I've been anywhere else or I've just seen pictures, but Halo boards I think are trash. I don't understand why people like them or why they make them. Um, East Coast trip anytime you want to come, I need to. That'd be awesome. You look slim, looking in a healthy way, man. Thank you, thank you. I don't feel it. I need to be working out more. I've been getting my steps, but I need to actually work out. Don't come to Baltimore in the summer then. Puddle of water. Yeah, humidity. Yeah, when I would get back to South Dakota after summer, it felt like I was in the oven, even if the temperature wasn't as high. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. You sure you deal with Chicago winters? I think I can deal with it more than humidity. Like cold, cold obviously can be like irritating or whatever, but literally the humidity, heat in general, I don't like, but heat plus humidity, I wanted to jump off a cliff, and I was only there a couple days. I was there a week, feeling humidity. You liked it for a day. Go deal with the real winter day to day. To go to work, to go to the store, to go to the car. It's horrible. I know it's horrible, but I'm telling you, the cold, I don't even think about the cold that much. And I was in Buffalo for like 5 days. It wasn't just one day. I've been in other cold places, not that cold, but a shower when so humid is like pointless in a way. Either way, sweat is coming immediately. Ugh. What humidity was worse, Midwest or Alabama? I felt like the Midwest was worse. Alabama didn't feel, it didn't bother me as much. It did bother me, but also that was a couple years ago, so maybe I'm just forgetting how much it bothered me. I was only slightly disappointed with Rogers Arena in Vancouver. I recommend seeing a game there. I've never been. So Crooked always said in games like STL or Chicago, pitchers would lose like 3 pounds during a start. That's, yeah, that's crazy. Is Stanford Stadium good for food? I haven't been there in a long time, and they've renovated it since I was last there, so I don't remember. SoFi is whatever. Hate how there's nothing about the teams when walking around the stadium. Want to see the history picture? Yeah, it's like it has so much potential. Like it has everything ready to go. They just need, the Chargers need to move or something. Move the Chargers back to San Diego, dude, and let the Rams take it over and actually put the history. SoFi is an excellent venue for everything except football. I could see that. I say Lumen Field was unmistakably the home of the Hawks. Yeah, that's how it should be. Gonna be really upset if you ever go to MedLife because they have the same issue. Yeah, I definitely feel like it would be the same thing in MedLife. Unless you're a diehard Rams fan, you only get excited to go to SoFi when they're hosting a concert or something like that. I could see that, yeah. Sounders also use Lumen, but you know who is boss. Mariner Stadium has the inside-outside thing just like SoFi. Well, doesn't it retract? It's not like it has a cover over it. Like the SoFi cover is like not even connected to the stadium, which is crazy. Yeah, T-Mobile just has like retractable, or it's not even fully retractable, it just moves, right? I mean, it's close though. It's definitely like a close comparison. The closest I can think of. So T-Mobile, it doesn't close all the way, right? Just partially. Oh wait, it almost looks like it does close all the way. I feel like I've never seen it closed all the way. Let me see. I'm trying to find like a picture. Wait, it kind of does close all the way, huh? I never thought it closed. I thought it closed like partially. I guess that's just how they keep it open. But still, like when it's closed, the roof is still connected to the stadium. But SoFi is not even connected to the stadium, which is crazy. It's like a fun design. Like I like the design. I just can't find. So Someone, I mean, one of you knows. T-Mobile Park. If the roof is fully closed, is it still open in one section? Because it doesn't look big enough to cover it, but then these pictures look like it's fully covered. I don't know. I need to go to Safeco. T-Mobile retracts. So the rumors that are building a new football stadium in San Diego with this tennis sporting complex. I don't even put on long pants so it gets below 20. Atlanta Halo board is okay. I don't like any of them. Retracts when I went to a Mariners game, it was closed and was exactly like SoFi. No, it's not, dude, because it's still connected. Oh, you're saying like there's no windows, is what you're saying, right? I see that. But like, yeah, like I said, what's even crazier about SoFi is the roof doesn't even connect to the stadium. It's like completely separate, which is again just like a cool kind of design aspect of like thinking outside the box. I see what you're saying. T-Mobile is an umbrella. It's an umbrella. Yeah, I see. And the wind off the sound can be really brutal and early there. Dude, I could see the wind whistling through those openings. That'd be kind of annoying. It isn't fully enclosed and the roof's closed. No air conditioning is open in the environment. Still open. I was there when it was raining. It was still open on the sides. Yeah, no, so yeah, when I meant open on the top, but yeah, I see it fully covers the top, but then it's open on the sides. It's pretty cool. No windows and no doors. So yeah, Wrigley might be my favorite ballpark. I mean, I'm gonna say my favorite is Oracle Park because it's home. So I'm biased, but besides that, I think it might be Wrigley. I think it might be Wrigley. Oh, also the drivers in Chicago, I think, are bad drivers. It's like everybody, just so many people cutting everyone off. I don't get it. You know. Oh, speaking of entitlement, when I was getting on the plane today, I was group 5, okay, which is the first group outside of priority. So 1 through 4 is priority, 5 through 9 is regular. So I'm group 5, so the first non-priority. Now, my mama thinks I'm a priority. I think I'm a priority. I guess they hadn't heard that I shook Mr. T's hand yet and that I was in the Catalina Club. So whatever. American Airlines needs to update their system or whatever and get the new information. So anyways, I'm in group 5. So they call 5. I walk up. There's a girl in front of me. And she's like telling her boyfriend like, come on, or whatever. And her boyfriend's now like behind me. So I step out. I'm like, oh, go ahead. Go with your girl or whatever. Because I'm a nice guy, right? Sweetie pie. I also shook Mr. T's hand. No big deal. And I was walking around with Roger Clemens. It's all good. American Airlines wasn't aware. It's all right. Maybe next time they'll have me properly placed. So he seems, there was a weird like hesitation of him going, right? And I'm like, I didn't really even notice it at first. It was really subtle. We go up, we're scanning our stuff, right? So the girl scans her pass, beep, beep. She starts to walk. The guy scans his pass, and then the attendant's like, oh, you're group 6. He's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, are you with her? Like, you're together? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, it's all good. Just go. Now, I do not care that this person skipped a group. That doesn't bother me at all. Whatever, dude. We're all getting on the plane. What bothers me is this girl's entitlement to just be like, just come with me. Just come with me. Just F the rules. They don't apply to me. Just come with me. It's all good. And then we get on the plane. And they're right in front of me, right? They're not even sitting together. They're sitting separately. So this girl, it's the principal. It's the principal. Just wanted to skip the rules so that they could walk down the why can't I not think of the term? The launch bay, the corridor. Why can I not think of the word, dude? Now it's gonna bother me. You know what I'm saying? The tunnel that goes to the plane. What's the word? Everyone knows the word. I know the word. We all know the word. Everyone knows the word, but my brain don't work so well. The skyway, the you know what I'm saying. Anyways, F the rules, F everyone else. We're going to walk down this tunnel together real quick. It's the principle, dude. It's not a big deal that this person skipped a group. It's not a big deal. That doesn't matter. It's the DNA of that action by her that pisses me off. Because if you take a person like that and you give them a little bit more power, 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 they're going to be a fascist dictator at some point. And that's what pisses me off, dude. And that's how my brain works because I figured it out. So yes, all she did was have her boyfriend, reluctantly, by the way. It wasn't his idea, I could tell. He was hesitant. He felt bad about it. So I have no problem with him. But she's just like, no, just come on. I'm a young, pretty girl and I get away with everything. And that irritated me to no end. It's like, just, you're not even sitting together. Maybe next time buy your tickets together and check in together and then you're in the same group anyways. Jet bridge. It's just like the entitlement, man. It's crazy. And then this poor boyfriend's getting roped into her shenanigans. Oh, here's another thing. One of you's in the chat right now. So explain to me the people that board the plane and you're in like the middle or the aisle seat and you sit down and you buckle up even though the window seat person's not there yet. And then when they show up, you have to unbuckle and get up and move. What's that all about? You know? Didn't happen to me today, but I saw it happen. And it tickles me every time. Because it's like, what are you thinking, dude? Is it just like the hope and pray, like, please, nobody show up? And it's just like, that's you trying to like, you know, intimidate the universe a little bit. Like, I'm going to sit down and buckle my seat. Watch. You know? But anyways, yeah, that girl irritated me with her pretty privilege, you know? And the other girls, I guess it's all the girls pissed me off this trip. The girl putting her feet next to my shoulder. The other woman, I posted a picture in the Discord when it happened. She put her feet down and she was pleasant. She was, you know, she was just chilling before the game. But the fact that like her feet were like not even in the center of the seat, they were next to my shoulder. Like next to my shoulder. That's what irritated me. But then she corrected it and it's all good, dude. Everyone puts their feet up at some point and whatever. It's not a big deal. The other girls, though, after being asked, she was told by the usher, apparently. I didn't see it, but the usher said she did. And then I asked her as well. Oh, I didn't even mention that, too. I didn't even mention that. When I asked her, she still kept her feet on the seat. She just moved them away from me. Just a bad person, you know? Just a bad person. But there were so many. There was a lot of nice people in Chicago, dude. Riding the L, there was nice people. Um, walking around, there was nice people. The parking attendant wasn't nice, dude. So I told him about himself. I told him all my thoughts on him. Um, but anyways, it was a solid trip. It was a solid trip. I definitely feel like there's so much more to see. The humidity and like the storms definitely put a damper. So I will say this. I didn't get to do my full Wrigley video. Now I do have a Wrigley video and it's going to come out, but it's not my full video I wanted to do. I scrapped that video because of the circumstances, because of the weather, because of being there late. Lots of reasons. So there is a video, but you guys know I like to do all the history and all that. I didn't get to do that. Didn't get to do that. So I'm going to save that. Hopefully go back to Chicago, go to another game, and do a tour of Wrigley so I can do like a full Wrigley video and do it proper justice, because I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about the Chicago Bears. I want to talk about the Chicago Cardinals. I want to talk about the Cubs history. I want to talk about all of it. But yeah. Yeah. Just found out the previous left-handed MLB home run record before Bonds was 51 by Johnny Mize while with the New York Giants. More history of home runs for the Giants. Because we're the best. From here on out, if anyone pisses you off, they only knew he shook hands with Mr. T. Just saying, dude. Talk to Dylan Zoyes. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, if I go to order a sandwich somewhere and they give me a little attitude, a little tood, like the first time I'll forgive them because they don't know that I shook Mr. T's hand, right? They don't know that. But after I inform them, like, do you know? I'm sorry. Do you know who you're talking to? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's start over. This is what I'm telling. Let's say I'm having a dispute over my sandwich, right? Which I never do because I am a sweetheart and I am so nice. I am so nice to sandwich makers, dude. I love them. They're the greatest, dude. Oh, and this trip, just to pat myself on the back, I was tipping like crazy, dude. I gave my bellman $40. He didn't even do anything. $40, dude. And then the second bellman gave him $20 because he was complaining a little bit, so I didn't give him 40. He must have been having a long day. He was a little rude to me at first, and that's why I only gave him 20. Your boy looks out for people. So, anyways, I'm having this hypothetical dispute with the sandwich maker, and it's like, look, hold on. Let's call him Franco, right? Hold on, Franco. I read his name badge. It says Franco with a C. Hold on, Franco. Let's start over. We got off on the wrong foot, and I don't know if you really understand who I am and what I'm about. Like, and this is not for me. I'm not trying to be rude to you, Franco. Right? We're trying to figure out the sandwich debacle, right? I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm not trying to. I need you to understand. Like, I'm not just any old regular sandwich guest. You know what I mean? Like, August 15th, 2026, or August 14th, 2026, I shook Mr. T's hand as he walked by me at Wrigley Field in Chicago. And at this point, he's probably like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, dude. It's been a long day. Like, it's my first week. And I'm like, no, Franco, it's fine, dude. It's fine. I get it. You know, I get it. It's not like I'm wearing a shirt that says who I am, right? I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular guy walking around trying to get my sandwich, and we had a minor disagreement on the sandwich, and it almost came to blows. But Franco, me and you are good. Me and you are good, right? And then he's like, I'm sorry, let me get this mayo and whatever, right? And I'm just like, it's good. Franco, it's all good, man. It's all good. Just now you know me. Now you know what I'm about, right? And then it's all good. And then depending on how I feel, depending on Franco's energy, right? Like if he's cool about it, I'm gonna let it slide, and then I'll see him next time I go to get the sandwich, and just I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing from there. Boom. But if there's any little pushback, I'm gonna just pull him to the side and be like, Franco, like, I just need you to understand, like, this can't happen again. This can't happen, Franco. Franco, it gets real out there. It gets real out there. And your boy's been in the trenches. So next time you have, whether it be me or a total stranger, Franco, next time you have someone walk in that shook Mr. T's hand, you can't make this mistake again. Because next time, the response might not be so pleasant. And you got a mom, Franco. You love your mom, right? You got a family. I would hate for something to happen to them because you didn't realize someone shook Mr. T's hand, and now you're giving them a little guff when you're making their sandwich. So Franco, I'm gonna need you to tighten it up. And it's just between me and you, man to man. Tighten it up, Franco. That's the last time I'm gonna tell you. Right? And I get my sandwich, go watch a podcast or something, watch Jacob the Carpetbagger at some amusement park while I eat my sandwich at home. And that's just how it is. That's it. Things have changed now. I shook Mr. T's hand. You can never go back from that. You can never change. You can never, it just is what it is. That's how it goes. That's crazy. No comments that whole time. No comments that whole time. All right, dude. You guys don't deserve my bits. My bits are good bits. You guys don't deserve them, dude. I was in the Catalina Club. Dude. You know what I mean? I have a Field of Dreams magnet right here, folks. And you're gonna not leave comments. I have an Iowa-shaped magnet right here. That's right. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Let's think if there's any more thoughts, man. I'm still gonna be talking about this because I'm gonna show you guys my stuff when I get it. You know what? There was a photographer for John Deere at the Field of Dreams game, and we spoke for like maybe 30 seconds. And I just thought, I was like, man, that guy was a heck of a guy, man. Just something, when you just feel the vibe, where you're like, this is a good dude. I like this dude. I would be friends with this dude. And I wish him well on his adventures and his travels. It was just one of those like 30-second things where I'm like, dude, you're a cool guy, dude. I wish you luck in everything. He was really cool. Yeah. He was really cool. I appreciated our little moment. He said he travels with John Deere all the time and photographs for them. So that's pretty cool. But man, Field of Dreams was magical, man. Walking through the corn was something else. Something else. I watched the movie again, like right before the trip, just to refresh my memory, and it was surreal being there. I wish Kevin Costner was there. That was definitely a bummer. I didn't see him. And then Wrigley was magical. Like Wrigley, I mean, Field of Dreams and Wrigley was like just two magical places to go, and the humidity ruined it. Nah, it was still great. But Yeah, it almost hasn't hit me. I'll be honest. Like this trip, I feel like I was disassociating in some ways. So I think it's gonna hit me later what I just did. You know, especially once I like edit the videos and I start putting the videos out. It's really gonna hit me. Oh, I didn't even talk about the Congress Plaza Hotel I stayed at was insane too. Supposedly haunted. It was really cool. I'll think of more to talk about that if I feel like it at some point. But do you have black mold on your hand? You mean this? This is, I forgot what it's called. My dad has the same thing. And I talked to a dermatologist. They said it's fine. It's just like a pop blood vessel thing. I don't know if I could pop it. It's been there for like 12 years though, maybe 15 years. It's gotten bigger, but it's like a blood vessel thing. But yeah, I had it looked at. And my dad, like I said, my dad has the same thing on his hand, same exact thing. And these are tattoos. These are, so yeah. Uh, Fantastic bit, but threatening the man's family is crazy. Thank you for acknowledging the bit, though. You think I could be a great actor? Thank you, man. And you know what? I can't be a great actor because you know why? Well, I got it in me, but no, the problem is I laugh too much. So maybe I could do drama, but anything slightly humorous, I do like shy laughs and shy giggles. So I don't know if I could keep it together actually acting, you know, especially in front of people. There was a there were some clone gags I did where I was really happy for my acting though in some of my videos. I was just concerned this can't. Nah, it's like a pop blood vessel thing. It has a name. I can't remember what it's called. Actually, you know what's crazy? So I went to a specialist for I have my brother gets them too, but there's like things you can feel inside. I forgot what they call them. But I have one on my chest that's like you can feel like a bump. And when I was there, the doctor pointed this out. He's like, "I have one too." And he had one. And then he explained it to me. I was like, "Oh, cool." My friend offers acting classes if you really want to take it serious. She's been professionally acting for 20 years. Dude, I mean that's I don't know. I'll just do my bits. Bro, I'm too shy, bro. I couldn't do like dude an audition. When I hear about auditions, oh my god, shoot me. I don't think I could ever do that. I get nervous to talk to my camera filming my videos in front of people. And I'm not acting. I'm just like talking about stuff. I don't think I could do it, man. The only reason I could do this live stream is because I'm by myself. I don't know. And I'm old, you know. I'm old. Um. Anyways, yeah. I need to go get some food. I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Field of Dreams was just amazing. If you haven't watched the minor league video yet, go watch it. It's out. And the major league one will be out shortly. Most auditions are recording their camera. Yeah, that is true. A lot of them are cameras now. I'm still scared. I'm still scared. Um, yeah. I've been on stage a couple times and I'm not good at it. Not good at it. Thought your minor league video was good. Thank you. It was, you know, not a lot to it, but it is what it is. I'm actually really looking forward to doing the lead and zinc mine video. That was fun. Besides falling and almost killing myself, you know. Post a few trip pictures of my trip on Discord. Let's see. Let's see what you got, dude. Dude, that's sick. Hold on. Dude, look at this. Do you get to swim in there? That's not scary. I mean, I don't get scared of nothing, but dude, you punching your friend? What are you doing? You punching him? Dude, that's sick with the rafts and stuff. All right, I gotta check this place out. I don't think I can play the video on here, but that's dope, dude. Thanks for sharing. Dang, I want to go do that. All right, I love you guys. Peace and love. Peace and love. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things cool kids do. Some of their other truths not variety of your life. Um, don't be entitled. Clean up your trash and don't do your home chants at away games. All right. Bay Area throwbacks, dude. We're gonna have to sit down and talk about this. Okay. Actually, when are you gonna be on the live stream? I haven't had a guest in a long time. When are you gonna be on the live stream so we can argue about this stuff and I can really take you down intellectually? That's what I want. That's what I want. Oh, did you guys see? There's a new pin I got. I got a new pin right here. It's the Be Alert for Foul Balls with baby barrier throwbacks on it. If you guys aren't familiar, this is Bay Area Throwbacks. He's a well-known grifter and ball beggar. He begs for begs for balls everywhere he goes. This is one of the last ones he got. I don't know who this is. I don't know the signature, but now leave us alone and stop begging for balls. And then another one. I was there for this one. Have some dignity, for crying out loud. Get off your knees. Stop crying. You got a ball now. You know. And then he was mad because I got this pin. Him and Gabriel Athletics are mad because I got this really awesome pin from the Field of Dreams. I don't know why they're so upset because it's a really good pin. You know, and it has a little inscription, which is really cool. Where it says, this pin also guarantees lifetime VIP access asterisk to all ballparks because we're trying to do right by fans now, and also all the billionaire owners will be pushed out and teams will be community owned, and it all starts with you buying this pin. So you guys are welcome. Fanatics will be community owned also, and we apologize for ruining sports merch for a while. So that's awesome because we all hate Fanatics. Also, Nightmare Before Christmas overlay on the Haunted Mansion is stupid, and that's something we can all agree on. So thank you, Windcraft by Fanatics, for finally pointing that out. And then the asterisk was just to say exempt from offer are Bay Area Throwbacks and Gabriel Athletics. So they will not get VIP access even if they buy this pin. So I don't know why they're upset that I got this pin. I think it's a good pin. You know, Field of Dreams had some good merch, and so I bought the pin, and they seems like they're doing right now. So I don't know what the big deal is. I have to set the Discord to group chat. You could live stream that from your live. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Oh, you want to be a guest too? We can talk about old ballparks you've been to. All right, I appreciate you guys. Peace and love. It's been a week now, so I need to rest and edit. Tomorrow will be a full day of editing. Field of Dreams coming soon, Wrigley Field coming soon, and 2 Vegas episodes also. Las Vegas history. They're almost done. They will be out shortly. I love you guys, Vertlife, and yeah. Yeah, I love you. Okay, I love you so deeply. So deeply, it's insane, dude. All right, night. I love you guys, Vertlife.